Have you ever made a seemingly small choice, only to realize later that it had a huge impact on your life? Imagine that choosing which beverage to have with your breakfast or which route to take to get to your office could forever alter the course of your life. This phenomenon, where tiny, seemingly inconsequential decisions lead to significant outcomes, is known as the butterfly effect. Our lives are fascinating tapestries, woven out of infinite choices, decisions, and personal preferences. Often we don't pay much attention to what we are choosing and what we are letting go of at any moment in time. But what if you knew that these simple decisions could have profound impacts? Have you ever wondered how a tiny butterfly fluttering its wings could set off a tornado halfway around the world? This concept was first discovered by Edward Norton Lorenz, a meteorologist and mathematician, while working on weather predictions. Through his experience and curiosity, Lorenz concluded that we cannot accurately forecast the weather because there are too many elements involved. Even the slightest difference in the initial conditions could lead to totally different outcomes. While it's easy to predict how the weather will be this week, predicting it for the next month or year is a whole other adventure. This idea of small changes leading to noticeably different outcomes not only applies to the weather, but to any dynamic system owing to the chaotic nature of the universe we live in. Entropy or disorder is built into the very fabric of the universe, and therefore, the entire universal system moves towards disorder with time. A brilliant example of that would be the life cycle of a star, also called stellar evolution. A star burns, releasing a lot of energy into space and contributing to the entropy of the universe. The fact that a cloud from a minor volcanic eruption in Iceland, a small disturbance in the complex mechanism of life on the Earth, can bring to a standstill the aerial traffic over an entire continent is a reminder of how, with all its power to transform nature, humankind remains just another species on the planet Earth. Slavoj Žižek. The history of our world is filled with stories where a minor decision by one person triggered changes significant enough to impact millions over the years. On the fateful day of June 28, 1914, Austrian Archduke Franz Ferdinand, along with his wife Sophie, were traveling through Bosnia when his chauffeur took a turn that put the Archduke's vehicle in the path of a young 19-year-old Serbian nationalist, Gavrilo Princip. It's vital to remember that Bosnia at that time had been taken over by Austria-Hungary. Gavrilo shot and killed the Archduke and his wife. This incident created anger and resentment in Austria-Hungary, leading to a war declaration on Serbia with Germany's support. Soon after, Russia, a key ally of Serbia, was also attacked by Germany, eventually leading to the invasion of France. This significant turn of events caused Britain to jump into action and declare war on Germany. This was the traumatic start of World War I. Many ponder to this day that had Archduke Franz's driver taken a different turn, could we have avoided World War I altogether? What if the bullet shot by Gavrilo Princip had missed the target and the Archduke had survived the assassination attempt, just like he did when Serbian terrorists threw a bomb at his vehicle earlier in the same day? That remains a mystery, but is a classic example of the butterfly effect, where a seemingly insignificant action like taking a wrong turn on a road can trigger a catastrophic chain of events. Let's take another example from the pages of history to comprehend how this mysterious phenomenon has shaped our history and world events. This story is about the encounter between Adolf Hitler and British soldier Henry Tande. It was the end of World War I, and German troops were retreating from the land when a trained British soldier came across Adolf Hitler in an open field. Hitler was injured. For a trained British soldier, this was a perfect opportunity to finish off his enemy when he was right there in front of him in clear sight. But for some reason, Tande didn't fire the shot, and he let Hitler walk away freely. It was Adolf Hitler who later initiated and atrociously fought World War II and caused devastation among generations. What if Tande had found the courage to fulfill his duty as a soldier on the battlefield that day? And what if Tande could have known that his choice of not killing Hitler would spiral into another World War 21 years later? Would he have pulled the trigger then? Who knows, but it's still quite an intriguing thought experiment. The butterfly effect can be best comprehended in the what-if scenarios. What if the butterfly did not flap its wings? Maybe there wouldn't have been a tornado on the other side of the world. Nature is both deterministic and unpredictable. Following and examining the patterns, we can somehow determine the future outcomes, but not always. Chaos theory argues against the deterministic nature of the universe and states that not everything can be predicted as accurately as we would like to believe. Newtonian laws of physics are helpful in so many cases, but unfortunately, they also have a limit of application. As the complexity grows in a system with more variables affecting an outcome, chaos ensues. So far, we have discussed examples of certain choices of individuals that created a significant impact on the lives of other people in a not-so-desirable way. But that's not the only way to understand the butterfly effect. If it has instigated world wars, it also has saved lives. An example is the tragic incident on September 11th, 2001. In the horrific events, so many innocent lives were taken, and that single event has been a catalyst for major changes in global politics over the years. But so many people who worked at the Twin Towers were spared from the tragedy because they couldn't get to work for various reasons on that particular day, such as their cars not starting, delays caused by family events, or other unexpected circumstances. Prior to the unfolding of the tragic events, their little choice or circumstance would have seemed so insignificant. But within a few hours, they realized the importance of the choice they had made earlier in the day. This brings us to the question you were asked at the very start of this video. If you knew your tiniest decision could have such a big impact on your life and others down the line, then would you still make those decisions on autopilot mode? Every day you are faced with infinite choices, but some of these small choices are in fact the seeds that you are sowing for your future. Ever heard of the compounding effect? Let's say you deposit just $100 into an investment account and then keep on adding 100 extra every month for some time. Though it is not a huge amount by any means because of the interest and compounding effect, this modest investment over time can snowball into a substantial amount far bigger than you had thought. Similarly, your small habits and choices from today can yield totally different outcomes 3, 5, or 10 years from now. For instance, what career path are you choosing and why? Do you choose to eat more natural foods or processed ones? Do you indulge in self-improvement videos rather than hours of mindless television shows? Even something as simple as choosing to take the stairs instead of the elevator every day can lead to remarkable differences in your body's health and agility in the near future. Certain trivial moments in our lives create ripples that have a lasting effect all our lives, leave marks on our character, change our behavior, create new ambitions, and set us on a path to success, or sometimes to certain doom, something like a butterfly effect. Udaya Kumar DS. So yes, every choice matters, but that being said, consistency is the key to success in developing the right habits and installing the helpful thought loops that will assist you in sticking to your long-term goals. Every small and short-term choice you make has a long-term effect. That is the crux of the butterfly effect. And if you comprehend this one point, you will not need any other self-help tools to transform your life. So tell me again, what tiny insignificant choices are you going to make today? If you thought this video was insightful, make sure to like, share, and subscribe for more empowering content. Until next time, keep attracting abundance in every aspect of your life. See you in the next video.